The wedding coordinator's face went pale when she saw my sister walk into the bridal suite. Veronica stood there in a flowing white gown, not off-white, not cream, not champagne. Pure, pristine white with a cathedral train that rivaled my own. "What are you wearing?" I asked, my voice deadly calm as my bridesmaids collectively held their breath. Veronica twirled, her engagement ring catching the light. "Isn't it gorgeous? I figured since Brandon and I are getting married next year, this could be like a preview. Plus, white is so flattering on me." My maid of honor, Jess, started to stand. I put a hand on her shoulder. Today wasn't the day for confrontation. It was my wedding day. The day I planned for 18 months, saved for since college, dreamed about since I was 7. Veronica could wear a disco ball for all I cared. I was marrying Daniel, and nothing else mattered. "You look beautiful, Ronnie," I lied through my teeth. "Very bridal." She preened, missing the sarcasm entirely. "I knew you'd understand. We're sisters. We share everything." Everything except the spotlight, apparently. But I'd learned long ago that fighting Veronica was like wrestling smoke. She'd twist any confrontation into evidence of my jealousy and her victimhood. The photographer arrived, taking in the 2 white dresses with professional diplomacy. "Let's start with the bride alone," she suggested. "Oh, we should do sisters first." Veronica grabbed my arm. "Before your dress gets wrinkled." I smiled for the camera, knowing these photos would never see my wedding album. Behind us, my bridesmaids texted furiously. I caught Jess mouthing DJ to my cousin Marie, who nodded and slipped out. The ceremony itself was beautiful. Daniel's face when he saw me walk down the aisle erased every petty thought. This was our moment. Our beginning. Veronica could wear whatever she wanted. She couldn't take this away. Except she tried. During the processional, she walked slower than rehearsed, letting her train fan out dramatically. During the vows, she sniffled loudly, dabbing at invisible tears. When Daniel kissed me, she somehow knocked over a flower arrangement, causing everyone to turn her way. "So sorry," she stage whispered. "These heels are just so high." The reception started smoothly. First dance, parent dances, toasts from our wedding party. Daniel's best man killed with a story about their college days. Jess made everyone cry with her speech about friendship and finding your person. Then Veronica stood up. She wasn't supposed to give a toast. It wasn't in the program. But she had a microphone, grabbed from the DJ booth when he was cueing our cake-cutting song, and a determination that could move mountains. Everyone, attention please." She tapped the mic, feedback screeching. "I know this is Melody's special day." Already wrong. When someone starts with "I know this is your special day," they're about to make it theirs. But I just couldn't wait to share our news. She grabbed Brandon's hand, pulling him to stand. He looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. "We're pregnant." The room erupted in surprised congratulations. I kept smiling, muscle memory from years of Veronica's spotlight stealing. This was fine. A pregnancy announcement at someone else's wedding was tacky, but survivable. But Veronica wasn't done. "I'm due in May, which means," she paused dramatically, "I'm pregnant with something that actually matters. The first grandchild. The first baby. Something more important than a party." The room went silent. Even Veronica's supporters, and she had them, people who found her refreshing and honest, seemed to realize she'd crossed a line. After all, she continued oblivious or uncaring. Weddings happen every day. But a baby? That's a real milestone. That's creating life, not just celebrating yourself for finding someone willing to marry you. I felt Daniel's hand find mine under the table. His squeeze said everything. "I love you." She's insane. Want me to tackle her? Then the music started. Not the cake-cutting song. Not the gentle background jazz we'd selected. The unmistakable opening beats of "Before He Cheats" by Carrie Underwood filled the reception hall. Veronica frowned. "What's?" The screens around the room, installed for our photo slideshow, flickered to life. But instead of pictures from our relationship, there was video. Security footage, date stamped from 3 months ago. There was Veronica in the wedding dress shop where I'd bought my gown. She was talking to the saleswoman, holding my dress. "I need this exact dress," her voice rang out through the speakers. "But one size smaller. My sister won't mind. We share everything." The saleswoman's voice was hesitant. But this is a custom design. We'd need the bride's permission. I am a bride. Veronica snapped. I'm getting married too. And frankly, I'll look better in it. She's always been the heavy sister. The video jumped. New timestamp. 2 months ago. Veronica at another shop trying on white dresses. It's for my sister's wedding, she explained to a different saleswoman. I'm thinking something that really stands out. She loves when I look good. Maybe something with a longer train than hers. Another jump. 1 month ago. Veronica on the phone, pacing in what looked like her apartment. The announcement? Oh, during the toasts, maybe right after the maid of honor. No, Brandon, it'll be perfect. She won't mind. It's not like her wedding is that important. She's been with Daniel forever. This is basically just a formality. The pregnancy? Well, I'm not pregnant yet, but I will be by then. Hopefully. And if not, I'll just say I miscarried later. People love a tragedy. The room had gone from silent to buzzing. Veronica stood frozen, microphone dangling from her hand. Brandon had sat back down, head in his hands. But the grand finale was yet to come. The screen showed a text conversation. Veronica's number to someone saved as Mom. Veronica, Melody's being such a bridezilla. Won't even let me announce my pregnancy at her reception. Mom, you're not pregnant, Ronnie. Veronica, I will be by then. Probably. And if not, oh well. It's not like anyone will remember her wedding once I have an actual baby. Mom, this is cruel even for you. Veronica, she's always been jealous of me. This is just payback for existing. The music faded. The screens went dark. The entire reception hall turned to look at Veronica, still standing there in her white dress that, we all now knew, she bought specifically to upstage me. That's edited, she stammered. That's not. I would never. Is it edited, Brandon? I asked, my voice carrying in the silence. Are you pregnant? Brandon stood slowly. No, she's not pregnant. She's not even trying. She's been on birth control the whole time. Brandon, Veronica shrieked. How could you? How could I? He laughed bitterly. You made me complicit in ruining your sister's wedding. You bought a white dress specifically to hurt her. You lied about her pregnancy to steal attention. I'm done, Veronica. This is sick. He walked out, didn't storm, didn't make a scene beyond what was already happening. Just left. Veronica turned to me, tears streaming down her face. How could you do this to me? I didn't do anything, I said calmly. That was all you, Ronnie. Every word, every action, every choice. All I did was make sure everyone saw it. On your day. Oh, now you care about wedding etiquette? Jess stood up. After wearing white? After a fake pregnancy announcement? After calling the celebration less important than your imaginary baby? This is entrapment. Veronica shrieked. It's illegal. I'll sue. For what? Marie piped up. Playing publicly available security footage, reading texts you sent, recording conversations in public places where there's no expectation of privacy. She smiled sweetly. I'm in law school, remember? We checked everything. Veronica looked around the room for support. Our parents sat at their table, Dad's face purple with embarrassment, Mom covering her face with her hands. Our extended family avoided eye contact. Her friends from college were already gathering their purses. You're all horrible, she said finally. This whole family. I hope you're happy, Melody. You've ruined my life. No, I said, standing up in my actual wedding dress, the one I'd chosen for my day, not to hurt someone else. You ruined your own life. You made every choice that led here. All we did was show everyone who you really are. She ran out, white train dragging behind her like a surrender flag. The DJ, bless him, immediately started playing Celebration by Kool and the Gang. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel said, grabbing the abandoned microphone. The bar is open, the dance floor is ready, and my wife and I would really like to celebrate our marriage with people who actually love us. What do you say? The room erupted in cheers. The rest of the reception was magical. Without Veronica's toxic presence, people relaxed. Stories flowed about other times she'd stolen spotlights. My aunt admitted Veronica had worn red to her daughter's wedding. My cousin revealed she'd announced her college acceptance at his graduation party. Pattern after pattern of narcissism disguised as enthusiasm. How did you get all that footage? I asked Marie during the mother-son dance. Oh, that was Emmy's idea. Marie grinned, pointing to Daniel's sister. She works in security. Once we knew Veronica was planning something, and she's always planning something, we just had to be ready. The dress shop footage? They remembered her. Apparently she made such a scene they pulled the security tape in case she tried to dispute the charge. They were happy to share when we explained the situation. And the texts. Your mom sent those to me last week. She was horrified but didn't know how to confront Veronica without ruining your day. So we figured we'd let Veronica ruin her own day instead. I looked over at my parents. Mom caught my eye and mouthed, "I'm sorry." I nodded. We talked later about enabling Veronica, about years of excusing her behavior, about always making me the bigger person. But not tonight. Tonight was mine. Daniel and I cut the cake to thunderous applause. We danced until our feet hurt. We laughed with friends who'd traveled from across the country. We were surrounded by love, real love, not the performative kind Veronica specialized in. As we did our sparkler exit, Jess handed me my phone. You'll want to see this. Veronica had posted on Facebook a long, rambling status about family betrayal and public humiliation. The comments were not going her way. Did you really wear white to your sister's wedding? Girl, you announced a fake pregnancy. At her wedding. Team Melody all the way. This is the most narcissistic thing I've ever read. I handed the phone back. Delete my Facebook app. I'm on my honeymoon. 2 weeks in Greece with the man I loved. No drama, no spotlight stealing, no white dresses that weren't mine. Just us, the Mediterranean, and the beginning of our life together. When we got back, I had 17 voicemails from Veronica. I deleted them unheard. Brandon had moved out of their apartment and filed for a restraining order after she keyed his car. My parents had finally started therapy to deal with what Dad called the Veronica problem. The family group chat had been reformed without her. 6 months later, she sent a letter, pages of accusations, justifications, and blame. At the very end, in tiny script, "I'm actually pregnant now. No one believes me." I sent back a one-line response. "Congratulations. Please don't wear white to your baby shower." She didn't respond, but I heard through the grapevine she'd shown up to her own shower in a full wedding dress, claiming it was romantic and vintage. Some people never learn. But I did. I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't staying quiet or being the bigger person. Sometimes it's just letting someone reveal themselves while everyone's watching. Sometimes it's having a DJ who's willing to go off script and friends who've got your back. And sometimes it's dancing at your own wedding in the only white dress that matters, surrounded by people who love you for exactly who you are. Veronica was right about one thing: weddings do happen every day. But mine? Mine was unforgettable. Just not for the reasons she planned.